It's extra hot in Fiji today, because good God.
Ooh, it's extra hot. It's super duper hot in Fiji right now because baby. We just go jump. I'm Lana, your resident evil diva, here to give tea, spill tea, drink tea, because baby, it's tea. It's tea today.
Welcome to the cup.
And welcome to the Cup, Currently Unnamed Podcast. Well, the Cup TV, part of the Cup Network. We put the real entity in reality. You can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm just drinking some water because hydration is important and it's too hot in Fiji not to do it. And I have my cup mug handy. And you can get your cup mug at lanajscreations.etsy.com. The link is in the description below. And we do ship domestically here in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. And we do ship internationally. So there are no excuses. I would do panel full of cup mugs, but I can't because my power just went out.
That's what we're currently dealing with today, y'all. We just want to talk about Love Island. Lana's got tech issues. It's a busy day. Lots of podcasting. Yada, yada, yada. Hi, I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay. I am just drinking water now because hydration is of the essence of Hall. Shout out to Jada Essence Hall. I'm just going to also do the rest of the intro because we just want to talk about it. So make sure to subscribe if you've not already, because we're here almost all the time giving you almost all things TV. Lots of TV going on right now, so make sure to check it out as we are here with Love Island 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. And make sure to check the description for all of our YouTube channels, our audio podcast links, and our Patreon for exclusive content and early access. Lana, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't give a fuck about the rest of the episode. I just want to talk about the recoupling.
Oh my God. Because there is really nothing to talk about for the rest of the episode.
We can bring in the other things. Honestly, all we really saw. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's what I know for me that we'll talk about. We'll hit the points. Because all it was Aaron feeling guilty. He's like, oh my God, Kayla, I think I really miss Kayla. I think it took you all of 3 to 4 days to figure that out. But okay, you all of a sudden miss Kayla. And then all of a sudden you're like, yeah, I miss Kayla, so I think I'm going to go back to Kayla. But Rob, why don't you talk to Danielle or something? She's a great girl. And I'm like, I'm like, boy, we see right through you.
We saw right through it.
Saw right through you. And you're like, yeah, you should talk to Daniela because, I will say, Rob and Aaron both had that discussion on night one that they were both interested in Daniela.
Yes. So it's not like it's coming out of the absolute blue where it's like all of a sudden. Yeah.
Right. So I will give them props for that. On night one in Casa, they both said they were both interested in Daniela and Destiny. And Rob went and talked to Destiny and Aaron talked to Daniela. But here's my thing. I thought Rob and Destiny were getting closer, but all of a sudden that switched up and flipped up. And he was like, I hadn't talked to you, Sydney. Let's talk to you, which I get. He was single. He came in Casa single. He could talk to everybody in that villa, and it would have been okay. Perfectly fine. Not mad at that. Yeah. But Aaron, I see you. I see what you're doing. Yeah, Rob is interested in Daniela. And Rob, I see what you're doing because you're being the best wingman you could possibly be for your bestie. When y'all just go hook up? When is Rob and Aaron just go hook up and just call it a day? Because that's really what's need to happen. Because they the most strongest couple in the villa right now is Rob and Aaron.
100%.
Let's be honest. But so you go to Rob and like, yeah, you should talk to Danielle and blah, blah, blah. So Rob goes and talks to Danielle, and Danielle's like, yeah, I've been looking at you since day one. You were always my number one. I'm like, girl, bye. If he was your number one, why didn't you not talk to him at all? Like, you could have talked to him and talked to Aaron at the same time if he was your number one. Like, come on. You try so hard to get in the villa only for people to despise you. I don't understand. Like, I get it. Casa people, that's your job, is to get in the villa. Got it. That is what they came here for. That is their job, to get into the villa by any means necessary, I guess. But I'm like, how in the world How in the world, as somebody on TikTok put it, you go homie hop at the last hour of your time,
Literally.
the final hour, you decide because the boy you actually like is still thinking about the girl he got at the villa. So you go homie hop? Like, girl.
And
Oh,
hey, let's be honest, it's probably going to work out in Daniela's favor. It's probably going to work out in Daniela's favor.
I mean,
So,
you gonna be there until a new bombshell come and turn Rob's head because that's really what's gonna happen.
well, no, because I mean that Aaron's going to go after Daniela now. That's what I mean. It's like it's going to work out for Daniela because she's going to have her choice between them. I do agree with you. The first bombshell, and I want to talk about the bombshell scenario because I'm very curious what they're going to do based on this feels like an unprecedented casa, honestly. But should we just go to the recoupling? Because I think that's
literally it because everybody else
yeah.
is. We saw Catherine begging Kenny to talk to her and begging for a kiss. I'm like, you look so pathetic right now, and she looked even more pathetic when she got in the villa. I'm just gonna say it. It's kind of. I hate that for you.
The way we wrote her off. Well, I just want to go, Lana. Like, can we just?
The whoa, go. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, so the new
Recoupling.
recouple happened, and I put it in the order of the couples in the order that they got recoupled or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So up first was Nicole, and
they weren't first, but sure.
they were first.
Liv went first.
No, Liv went second. Literally, I watched. I saw Liv go second because Nicole went first, and then Liv came because Aaron was there when Liv. No, you're right. You're right.
I know. Because I was gonna say Liv fist bumped, had to go over. We'll talk about her new couple. Yeah. Had to go over him in order to fist bump Kendall. When Kendall walked in single, because Nicole walked in single. Thank God.
I knew this was happening. No surprise here. This was no surprise because Kendall played it that way. But I will say this, Kendall, as much as people like that you came back to Nicole, you came back so tainted that America is not feeling you right now, my boy. And it's not looking good because you have some apologies to do to Kayla. Mm-hmm. And you said you're a little sorry because Kayla got in your...
I think once... We'll talk about Kaylor. I'm so excited to talk about Kaylor. I think once, and all we really saw was the blow up between Aaron and Kaylor in the preview for next episode. I think once all of that settles, I think the next day we're going to see Kendall and Kaylor talk. I think they're going to be able to resolve it because I think Kendall is genuinely going to recognize that he fucked up. And so I think we're just going to be, I think we're going to deal with that scenario perfectly well. I'm not worried about their friendship. I got to be honest. I think they're going to be fine. But yeah, I just think because of how Kendall was able to resolve his situation with Rob so easily, I think we're going to see a similar situation with Kaylor. I think Kaylor's still going to be upset for a while, but I do think ultimately she's going to understand and she's going to appreciate an apology from him because they know that he is a genuine kind of guy. So I hope to see that at least.
I think he will. I think he will do it, and I think she will eventually accept and apologize, accept his apology and I think Nicole was actually gonna get on him for that too as well, and make him realize that maybe was not the best thing to do in Casa. But
yes, so we go then to what was the first couple because they started with Liv because she was single.
You're right.
Liv picks Kane. I'm not surprised. No surprise is here. I'm not mad at this. I'm coming around to Kane as I'm seeing more of him. I still think he's very fuckboy, and I still think if Liv finds a bombshell that works better for her, then maybe she'll go that route. I honestly still think that Aaron is going to pick up Daniela and Liv is going to couple with Rob. That's honestly where I still see things going personally, but I am happy that Liv seems to be in a stable couple.
Work.
Because she has not had she is her and Nicole are the only girls with stability right now. And I will take it where we can get it. because
Sickening.
everything else is
Sickening.
fucked.
Sickening.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Because then,
Leah gets up
yep.
and Leah says that she is going to stay loyal to the community D. And I'm like,
Yep.
girl, what? This man is for the streets, and you go stay loyal to community D? Is that what we doing? Why? Even you said yourself, you know this boy is over there doing it. He is not coming back single. You said it yourself, Leah, and yet you had Ignacio right there. Right there. Like, you could have easily picked Ignacio for insurance purposes only if that was the case. Like, you still need the insurance policy. You knew Miguel is an F-boy. Like, you know he is that. He has never claimed not to be. His whole thing since he came in the villa is, I'm talking to everybody. I'm exploring all options. I see everybody. Every time he's in a couple, he's always have somebody else on the side that he talking to. Like, he is never without an insurance policy. So I'm like, Leah, girl, what you mean you finna be loyal to Miguel? He is community property. Why are we being loyal to community property? Do I like Miguel with Sierra? Absolutely. I think Sierra's great. I love Sierra in this. But baby, I can't. But Miguel came back with Sierra, and I love that for him and for her.
You know, as a fan of Sierra, I really thought there was a scenario where maybe the only Casa girl we would get is Sierra. As we quickly learned, that is not the case whatsoever. But she's the one out of everyone that I really wanted to see the most come out of Casa. I still think, even despite all of this, I think there is a scenario where Miguel and Leah recouple at some point. I really do.
Of course they are, because they're toxic and they love the toxicity together. Of course they are.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is that's just where I'm at. I'm happy for Sierra. I'm happy for Sierra that she's in the villa.
Yep.
And that's that on that and that scenario.
That's on that.
Then fuck boy Kenny.
Put on my clown nose. Put on my clown makeup.
Because this man decides to bring back Catherine. Now, am I happy for Catherine that she's in the villa? Sure.
No.
Cool.
No.
Not really. But I want to talk about Janae's rant when we get to Janae.
We are at Janae. Let's talk about Janae.
Well, Janae's not on the screen. I meant when we talk about single Janae. But her rant was everything. I genuinely thought she was going to walk out. And honestly, I would not have blamed her. And I would have supported her. I would have supported her wholeheartedly.
All I'm saying is my heart broke for her when she said, let me go. I'm tired of taking L's in this villa. I'm tired of taking L's in this villa. I was like, oh.
It's true, though. It's true, though.
Every single time she gets in the connection, they decide to go elsewhere. The only time it didn't happen was Coy, because she chose to go elsewhere. But everybody else has decided to go elsewhere. And I'm like, oh, do I wish she would have picked Jacoby or Josiah? Sure. Jacoby mostly. But
Jacoby for sure.
Jacoby for sure. But I understand why she stuck it out with Kenny, because she just felt like he was going to be that one to finally, she chose him. She was hoping he would choose her back. And I'm like, what do you mean you want to talk to this girl who you ain't had no conversation with up until the last hour of Casa, and she chased you down just to get a kiss, and you got one kiss, and that's all it took. I can't.
I'm really disappointed in Kenny.
Me too.
Now here's what I will say though. I think I think there is the potential for a reconciliation only because, and here's the only reason I'm going to say that, is because of the preview we got where genuinely Kenny was falling apart in the hands of Serena and Leah.
Yes.
And I think
he is having instant FOMO. Yes. Instant FOMO.
It is instant regret. The moment he saw the way that Janae was handling the situation, you could tell instantly it shifted in him. And I will say, I don't love that he brought Catherine back particularly. I did feel for Catherine just a scotch.
I did too.
Because she's just collateral damage in this. And honestly, I hope that Catherine is able to find a connection. She seems like a lovely person. I have nothing against her personally. I hope Janae has nothing against her personally. I don't think Janae is the kind of girl that will. I hope that Catherine is able to find something better, because I honestly see a scenario where we get a reconciliation between Janae and Kenny, and I see a lot of that being spurred by this interaction we saw in the preview with Kenny breaking down with Serena and Leah. I think
there's no thing. There's no thing that's happening, because here's the thing. He's going to go back to Janae. Catherine is very much collateral damage. He is wrong for even bringing Catherine back, because he knew in his heart of hearts he is not that interested in Catherine like that. So I do feel for Catherine. I do feel like she is very much going to be collateral damage. She did her job. She got back in the villa, but I fear it's very short-lived. I fear she's going to go right out. It's going to be a revolving door for her.
Unless there's a good guy bombshell that pops up.
Here's the thing too. They talked about that. We will find out who these new bombshells coming in on After Sun tonight.
The two returning Islanders. And this is where my conspiracy producer brain is coming in. These Islanders coming in have played the game before. They know how to play the game, and they've been watching, and they know exactly who they need to go to stay in the villa. So and there's
Janae,
4 single Serena, OGs right now.
Absolutely. Janae, Serena, and Kayla at this point. Leah is going back to Miguel. That's happening. She already put it out there that she's like, I still like
my fourth in this case was, if it's a woman bombshell, there's also Aaron. Aaron is also a single OG. So
he is, but that's gonna be Daniela. Daniela go have that unlocked after Rob. The single bombshells go come in and go for Rob, because she will go for Rob, knowing America hates them, but knowing that she could change it and turn around. If she's somebody who is loved by America, that is the only person who can take Rob out of the doghouse. So I don't know who it's going to be, but I have a sneaky suspicion that these people coming in are coming in specifically for certain people, and some people who have been very vulnerable.
Serena,
Janae, Kayla.
I hope so. I hope more so Serena and Janae than Kayla, but you know.
Yes, absolutely. But I do think Kenny is having instant regret on what he's on his decision. I feel like his decision was driven on the fact that all the other guys were switching up, and he didn't want to be left out.
Yeah,
I feel like he's a follower a little bit. I think he's a little bit of a follower, because how you go in day one talking about you don't think these girls have the warmth of Janae, and you've been talking about Janae the entire time, and then because you get one kiss from this girl, all of a sudden y'all got this connection. No, that's not how connections work. And so I really feel like it was a little bit of pressure that he felt like he wanted to be in with the guys. Because I don't think he feels in with them, because he hasn't been there long enough to be in with them. And they are all of those guys, they all got their bonds and blah, blah, blah. And he's not there yet. And he lost the one person who he came in with. So he's still trying to be like the cool guys. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's what's happening. But I do think the interaction that he had with Leah and Serena the fact that he was crying to Leah and Serena and they were consoling him.
The
I think they're going.
And the one little clip we got felt so genuine to me in the way that
I
he
think
just
because
broke.
we did see Janae tell him, you can't make the decision. I'll make it for you. So I'm gonna make it easy for you, and I'm gonna go. And I think he's like, I didn't want that to happen. What do you mean you're going to leave? I really do want to talk to you. And Janae is like, I'm not going to be second best for anybody, because she played that role with Connor and she don't want to do it again. Yeah. And she's like, I didn't get the communication with Coy that I wanted. I had to play second best with Connor. I'm not going to do any of that with you. I'm not going to be second best, and I'm not going to not have communication. So I'm going to make it easy. I'm going to dip, because y'all keep giving me these L's. And he's going to feel like, oh my God, this is not what I wanted. Da 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 da. He's going to go, and Leah and Serena are going to have to be the force to keep her, to make her stay. Yeah. If her girls don't help make her stay, she is out.
And I think she's going to. I think she's going to ultimately, because all of them are single now. I really think that's going to be the catalyst for it. But let's move
I feel like
to
I felt like a fool with that one, because I knew 100% he was coming back single. But
you know, at this point, sure. And you know, I'm not mad at Daniela either. Daniela is playing the game, and I cannot be mad about it, truthfully. Ooh. I can't be mad at it, truthfully. It's a good. She got into the villa. We'll see what she does now that she's in the villa, but she got in there.
Here's my thing. I have never wanted to put my hand through a TV screen and choke somebody more than I want to choke her. Because, baby girl, how you gonna sit there with that smug look on your face?
Oh, I was like, you girl,
you homie hopping and you thinking you doing something, like, girl. I was like, I'm going to choke her.
This couple ain't gonna last.
No,
it's gonna be one of them is gonna break it off, but this couple ain't lasting.
If they stay together any longer than this week, or when the next bombshells are coming in, and that's America's vote, who at the bottom? You, 100% at the bottom, 100% at the bottom, 100% at the bottom. So, no. And when Liv said, and we thought sharing a toothbrush was weird, I was like, oh, so Rob and Aaron sharing toothbrushes? Number one. But what? We sharing toothbrushes, now we sharing chicks? Got it.
Rob and Aaron really should just be the first all-male couple on Love Island.
All-male couple. Honestly. Like, they are Brokeback Mountain. Let's just make it happen and move on.
Fine by me.
Make it happen and move on, because they are the most stablest couple in the villa, as
truly
is Rob and Aaron.
Can we talk about how the most stable couple now is Nicole and Kendall?
Yeah, we said that. We said that. Oh. And it's so crazy, because as much as I like Nicole and Kendall, and they are stable, they still ain't my favorite couple. Like, I still ain't, like, I wouldn't put them first if it was a vote, but whatever. Lord, why did you switch to this? But okay.
Well, we gotta move on to this.
First of all, Serena babes, I will ride with you. I will ride at dawn for you.
Same.
You ate this down. You let this boy know exactly how you felt. And the fact that Cordell has bamboozled all of us, because you had all of us feeling sorry for you. You had us all out here like, oh my God, Serena, don't do this to little Cordell. Don't do this to Cordell. He's so sweet. You embarrassed Cordell. When has she embarrassed him? I'm like, after going back, and I will raise my hand. I fell victim to it too. I was like, oh,
we both
Serena,
did.
You fell, oh my God, Serena, don't do that to Cordell. She was if we think about it, if we go back to the beginning of the season, Serena's been nothing but honest with this man about everything. All of her feelings, all of her thoughts, all of her doubts. She's been nothing but honest. She told him, I need to step back because I feel like for me, you moving too fast for me. And I can't deal with the fast pace of this relationship. That's not who I am. So she pulled back. And then he gave her the space, properly gave her the space. And she was like, you know what? Nobody's ever been that genuine, giving me the space, but still showing me the love that they really want to be with me. And I appreciate that. And so maybe I need to rethink these feelings that I'm having. And she rethought the feelings and she told him, I'm feeling like I'm coming around more. You're checking the boxes, you're ticking all the things that I want. And it's nice that you didn't pressure me. You wasn't still trying to push up on me when I asked for some space. You did all the things that I wanted, and I respect that, and I like that, and I like you. Even when she stepped off the dance floor, they had the conversation earlier that day that they were still open. So in her mind, which should have been in their mind, we're still open. We should go and talk to other people, right? But you chose not to go because so she didn't make you feel stupid. You chose not to go when she gave you the clear sign that y'all still open, and you agreed to that. But I'm like, she didn't make him look stupid. She didn't lie to him. She never was dishonest with him.
Nope.
She was very much, this is the path that I'm on. If you want to travel this journey with me, come with me. If you don't, I understand. It's what it is. And he goes to Casa Amor, and in a day, less than 24 hours, you doing something she never did to you. She had ample opportunities to be kissing up on these other boys. She could have kissed up on Miguel because he was definitely open and willing to do it. She could have kissed on Nigel. He asked for it and she said no. But the second somebody gives you the smallest ounce of attention, you all up on the lips, you're grabbing a butt, you're jiggling up and dry humping in the bed. That's Serena say, oh, we saw it. We saw. When I tell you Serena read him for filth, and I was here for every second of it. And it
couldn't even look at her.
Couldn't even look at her.
I haven't seen every season of Love Island USA, but I think this speech will probably go down as one of the best speeches in the history of the show. Like, I love Serena. Honestly, I'm going to be really honest. I love Serena. I will ride for Serena. I honestly don't know how much more I want Serena in the villa because I don't want her to get hurt again. I really don't. And I don't know that this late on in the process, she's going to be able to find a connection that is going to serve her in the way that we want it to. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like I honestly feel that way with Serena and Janae. Like I wouldn't be surprised, and I would absolutely defend them, and I would be so here for it if they honestly walked out of the villa together. Like I really wouldn't be it would break my heart because I want the best for them and I want them to find a connection, but I don't know that either of them are going to be able to find a connection that stable this late on in the process. And so if they were to walk out together, I would support it. I would be sad, but I would support it.
I would agree with you on Serena front. Like, I do think it's a little late in the process for Serena because she's a slow mover and a slow burner. And this boy just broke her trust again. So I don't think she's going to be too open to another guy to come in right now. I think more or less Janae, because Janae is very much open. But here's my thing. I know producers know better. Because if Janae and Serena walk out that door, and if Leah walks out that door, nobody's watching. The ratings drop.
Yeah.
Because ain't nobody watching this show for these boys, and ain't nobody watching these shows for these new Casa girls. So if Serena Janae and Leah are single and walk out this door together, ain't nobody watching for the rest of them. I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna say it for me. I'm done if Serena and Janae and Leah is out the door, because who am I watching for? Kayla to get back with Aaron? Absolutely not.
At that point, I'd be watching for Liv. I gotta be honest.
I mean, I'm not watching. Liv is cool, but she ain't did nothing that makes me want, like, who she go? She rocking with Kayla, got it, and Nicole, sure, but I ain't watching for these Casa girls. Liv ain't enough. Liv ain't enough to make me stick around and want to watch this show. For these Casa girls, one of them win? What? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I think production knows this, and I don't think they go let all three of them walk out. That's why I think all of a sudden these, like you said, this is unprecedented, and that's why I think all of a sudden these new bombshells are coming in from global shows.
Did they say it was global?
That's what Maura Higgins said. She was like a global international.
I thought she just said global exclusive, and it was just two Love Island US. I thought it was two Love Island USA ones. I don't know. We'll find out tonight. Regardless, I'm excited for it. But
which is fine. But I'm just like, this is where I think I don't think production wants them to leave, because they know who everybody is watching for. They know that we ain't watching for these boys. We not watching for these boys. We want happiness for these women. And they know that. So I don't think they're going to let them leave like that. But I do think Serena would have the hardest time trying to open up and connect with another guy. But I think as long as Daya is in that house with Cordell, she might. I think Serena is more of a I will do it out of spite kind of person.
Yeah, I think so too.
I wouldn't be that mad. I wouldn't be that mad, honestly. I wouldn't. Yeah. But and here's my thing, baby. I'm sorry to the Costa girls, but I need y'all to understand. We don't care about your feelings right now. In this moment, Daya, we don't care about your feelings right now. So maybe that'll change, but right now in this moment, we don't. Because the only people we care about right now is Sierra, because she ain't do nothing.
Sierra, and to an extent, Catherine, because I feel bad that she's collateral damage. I don't care about Daya's feelings, and I honestly don't really care about Daniela's feelings currently. No. That could shift maybe for Daniela. Probably not for Daya, knowing what we know about Daya. But I do feel for Sierra, and I hope Sierra is able to find a good connection, whether it's Miguel or someone else. I really hope Catherine finds a connection, but like you said, I'm pretty sure she's going to be right out the door at the next recoupling. So,
Yeah, I just feel like, because like we saw in the preview, they are crying like, they said like nobody cares about my feelings. Baby girl, we don't, not right now. We don't
not right now.
You came in knowing what you were coming into. And you know he is going to have to fix that first before he can focus on you. Because that's going to be a very uncomfortable situation to Villa if he don't ever address that or fix the issue with Serena. Like, that has to happen. And nobody really cares about your feelings. You got your girls, you got all them Casa girls in there, so lean on them until either Serena decides to leave or Cordell can somehow finesse his way back in, because honestly, I think that's what he wants, but that's not what Serena is going to give him at this point.
Yeah.
But all those a couple, but we got to go into the singles because it's a lot of them.
Leah single because Miguel came back with a girl from Casa. Shocker. Not surprised.
Not surprised.
I think of the single girls that we have currently, I think Leah is the most likely to get back with her couple. Because, the way that she spoke about Miguel in the recoupling was not negative.
No, and I still like you.
I'm coming back around to Leah. I got to be honest with you. I'm coming back around to Leah. I'm seeing a real maturity in the way that Leah's handling the process now. Now that and I know, but think about it though, Lana. Like, the way she's been handling Casa, I think was really, really nice. Do I wish she had brought back Iggy? Absolutely. I think Iggy is the biggest loss from Casa, and I said that would be the case. producers, if you're watching, Love Island producers, please bring Ignacio back for next season. We want to see more Ignacio. I really would. So, Janae is single. Not surprised. But actually, no, I was surprised.
Before we go back, before you jump to Janae, and you talk about the maturity of Leah, did she handle Casa great? Absolutely. She was very open. She handled Casa great. Do I think she's mature as in, do I think her and Miguel get back together? Definitely. I think they do. And it's not because of maturity. It's because of toxicity. They're both toxic human beings. They both like to drive each other crazy. They like to drive their partners crazy. And they both need therapy. So I think it's more of she needs a bad boy in her life in order for her to feel like she's in an actual relationship. And that's kind of sad, but it's a lot of women who feel that way. We need somebody who go, I don't know why. I don't know why I feel like we need somebody to fight with besides to let us know they care. It's weird. But she is very toxic and she wants that kind of toxic masculine energy in her life. And he's going to give it to her. He's going to make her feel crazy. So I think they're going to get back together eventually. I hate that Sierra is going to be collateral damage in this foolishness because I think she's a good girl and deserves way better. Hopefully she finds a connection in there as well. But I don't know. This is not maturity. This is toxicity. But that's just my opinion. Just my opinion.
No, I understand. I completely agree. The maturity for me mostly just comes from the way that she handled Casa. Like that's what it is for me. 100%.
She definitely handled Casa with grace and in the best way that she needed to in that time. Mm-hmm. Now we can go to Janae. I was surprised, shocked. I 100% thought Kenny was coming back single. We talked about that, but he chose not to. And I feel bad for my girl. I do think she really wants to leave at this point because I feel like she is like, she feel like she's taking an L. Oh, why did that come up?
I don't know why, Lana. I'm not sure. Nope, sure. And it's gone again. Don't worry.
Oh, there it is again. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know why Kenny made the decision he made. Okay, let me be honest. I understand why he made the decision, but I hate that he made the decision because let's be for real. Janae and Kenny known each other the same amount of time as Catherine and Kenny known each other. 3-4 days. Like they literally got together and Casa happened the next couple days. So Janae and Kenny been together 3-4 days. Catherine known Kenny 3-4 days. So it's the same amount of time. And I think Kenny was trying to avoid being hurt. I think he didn't know if Janae was going to couple up with somebody else. What I don't know is I don't think he paid that much attention to Janae going into the villa because if he would have realized that Janae gives her all in the relationship and she's definitely one to a loyal person. And I don't think he paid that much attention to Janae going into the villa because he was looking at other people, but Janae took him by surprise. So he didn't do his homework and his research on Janae. And if he had, he would have realized that she is somebody who's going to stick with you if she picks you. If she chose you, she's sticking with you like that. And
definitely.
I don't know if he realized that, but he was trying to make sure that he had an insurance policy. And that's why I wish Janae would have picked Jacoby to have her an insurance policy as well, because she still could have talked to Kenny. They still could have got back together, but I still would have had a insurance policy.
I definitely agree. You know, I've said it all season. I'm not the world's biggest fan of Kaylor. I love the way she handled this, though. I thought she handled it with grace, with maturity. I love the way that she handled this whole situation. I'm coming back around to Kaylor. I still don't particularly love her, but I think she was very mature in this scenario. I'm happy that she decided to stay single. I'm also happy that she decided not to couple up with anyone from Casa because I just don't know who it would have been. It would have been Jalen at
It would have been
most.
Jalen. It would have been Jalen. But
And I also respect that she was like, I don't feel a connection with any of these guys, so I don't want to, I don't want to waste their time.
absolutely, it wouldn't have been fair to him
Yeah.
to do that. Yeah. I enjoy Kayla in this moment. And I agree with you. I'm not the world's biggest Kayla fan. I am not like, she's not the top of my list of anything. But the way she handled this situation was top notch. And she was very mature in this. And that's not a word that I use for Kayla as much in this season. But she was very mature. She got her points out. She let him know how she felt. And she was like, what you're not going to do is play in my face. What you're not going to do is have me believe that I didn't see what I saw.
Yeah.
And I watched something on TikTok from some producers of not of this reality show, but a producer of reality shows. And she said what they showed Kayla was very intentional because the producers who are over Kayla and who knows how emotional she is, they didn't have to show her everything because they got to spread this story out because they know Kayla and they know that all it takes is a little bit of something to get her to spiral and get her to go down that rabbit hole and start thinking about everything that she did wrong. What did that?
Yeah.
And so this was very intentional for them to just show
genius.
That very genius. Like the production of Love Island needs an Emmy. They should get an Emmy for this season because baby is
or
good.
whatever applicable awards they are eligible to get for producing and for cinematography. They deserve
Absolutely. It. They deserve.
They're probably not going to get best reality show because it's probably still going to be Drag Race. Let's be honest, and I'm okay with that.
Like, whatever. I think let's move on. But no, let's spread the love to other reality shows.
Well, they did a couple years ago. Lizzo's reality show won instead of Drag Race, so
I remember. But yeah, I think it's I think the way she handled it and let him know that she was not going to. I'm not coupling up with you. I'm not coupling up with you, but I'm also not going to play this tit for tat game and bring somebody back just because I saw you with somebody. So I love that for her. And I also loved how she called out Kendall and was like, and you are supposed to be my brother in there. You and Rob, I'm very disappointed and hurt that you were sitting there talking about that's not Kayla. And so now I'm spending the next 2 days in here comparing myself to another girl because y'all wanted to compare me to her. And now I'm like, what did I do wrong? And that broke my heart. That broke my heart for Kayla. And I was like, she does not deserve any of that.
I agree.
Any of that. But the way she handled it, I loved it. And Aaron's stupid face. First of all,
can we
on him?
I was going to say, the way he walked in, like, yes, so thrilled. And then the moment he walks up to there and goes, oh, like the immediate shift, I was like, it's what he deserves.
It's what he deserves. It's when he came in, it was like, yeah. And they was like, oop, who's going to tell him?
I love that Janae was like, not yet, Aaron.
Not yet, Aaron. Like, he doesn't have a clue. I'm like, And when he stood there and Kayla said, and gave him that look of, you really think? And here's, Aaron, you are a master manipulator. I want to tell you, my boy. You are a gaslighter, you are a manipulator, and you tried it, and you still trying it. And I know Kayla's going to fall for it because I know she's going to get back with him eventually. I know that. Unless movie night breaks it. Because honestly, it's a lot she ain't see that movie night is going to show. And I'm going to be like, ooh, woo! The test. But when she said, oh, I saw video, And you had the nerve to be like, well, what did you see? No, you tell me, Aaron. I saw a
That is
video. What do you
that
think I
is
saw?
that is an admission of guilt. That is an
Oh,
admission, and he, to be fair, I will say I'm not defending him in the slightest, but he did feel guilty going into it.
yeah,
So I
of course it is.
I understand the way that he went about it. I don't agree with it. I don't think it was great. I think my favorite moment of the episode. Shout out! I have to say, Love Island producers, don't you ever replace Ariana Madix. If you have the option to have Ariana Madix host this show, I will say Ariel Vandenberg was great. Sarah Hyland was fine. Don't you ever replace Ariana Madix if you have the option to.
No.
Because when Aaron said, we'll just want to talk about this with you later, and Ariana goes, well, I've got all the time in the world. And can we talk about a woman that looks good in chartreuse? Baby, Miss Ariana came in. She came in defending her Villa girls. And I'm here for it.
Ariana is a girl's girl. And Ariana's like, I done been through some foolishness, so I will not stand by. And Ariana said it on some interviews that I've seen her do. And then after Sun, she has been like, I want to say so much, but I know I can't.
Yeah.
And I know she wants to be like,
because she's a fan. Because she's a fan. Because she's a fan. It's like, and rest in peace, Big Brother Canada, but it's in a similar way to like Arissa Cox. Absolutely. And why we loved Arissa Cox. Oh, I hate saying loved. Fuck. What we loved about Arissa as the host of Big Brother Canada is that she is such a fan, so she gets into the experience. I love Ariana Madix. So Ariana is that girl. Ariana is that girl, period. I love her. But
I love her.
Can we get the clown off the screen, please?
I mean, you could I just love, but here's the fact, one thing, and then we'll move on.
Mm-hmm.
When she was like, I saw what I saw. Mm-hmm. And he was like, we'll talk about it later. I was like, you, sir, are trying to isolate that girl so you can spin stuff and not have other people tell us stuff. I said, but the problem is you let the girl you was with come back into the villa. The same girl who was telling everybody at Casa that you was trying to get in her panties on night one. So you don't think she gonna say something? You don't think she gonna have a conversation or be around talking about how you was all up on her and how y'all kissed the whole Casa? I don't know. But yes, let's move on because clown boy.
We kind of already did a lot of the diving into Serena specifically, but honestly, I think if anyone is going to leave, realistically speaking, I think it's going to be Serena. And like I said earlier, I support her. I wholeheartedly support this woman. I think she is incredible. I think she is wonderful. And I am glad that we now know who Serena is. But if she were to leave this villa, I would support her, and I would be sad, but I would support her.
When my girl said, when Ariana asked Cordell, do you have anything you want to say to Serena? And he was like, I'm sorry. And she was like,
love.
And she said, I don't want to hear nothing else from him. And he was like, I never disrespected you. I won't disrespect your feelings. She was like, you disrespect everything else, including yourself. But okay, I don't want to hear nothing else you got to say. Let's come on with the move on. I was like, oh. I love Serena down. I think I can't wait till Sunday because I can't wait to see what was going to happen on that dock because she is going to give him the business. And it's a new day, obviously. So she ain't leave right away because it's a new day. Because new outfit, new look and everything. So she's still there. So I'm happy with that. But the only problem is now the house divided is going to be ridiculous. These Casa girls, I feel for them that they gonna have to catch the wrath. They
I
catching the
think the
wrath.
I think the only girl that's going to be able to assimilate properly is Sierra, and I hope to see it.
I hope to see it. And I agree with you. If Janae stays, I don't think she's going to be mad at Catherine because her
No.
maturity level is better because it's not Catherine.
I
It's Kenny.
hope. What I will say too is I hope that once Janae settles from this situation, I hope that her and Catherine are able to have a conversation. Just to get both sides of everything, mostly for Janae, to get the information and to get the information from Catherine of, oh, it's not a super, like, I hope Catherine comes to Janae with the information of, yeah, it was a really quick connection. Like, we did share a kiss. Maybe she was surprised to have been chosen, and if that's the case, I hope she shares that. But I hope mostly that she shares that in the conversation she had with Kenny, which this is the truth. And I hope Janae hears it from Catherine, where Catherine says, he continually talked about you in every single conversation that we had. And there is a lot of him that still really cares for you. And I hope that Catherine is woman enough to acknowledge that. Whether she continues to pursue Kenny is going to be a different scenario.
Yeah.
And, if she does, and if they end up working out, cool. I want what's best for Janae. I do like Kenny. I do like Kenny, and I do like Catherine. So I want whatever is best for all of these people involved. But I still think, I agree with you from what we were talking about earlier. I do think we're going to end up seeing Janae and Kenny coming back together, and I think Catherine's just going to end up as collateral damage, which is really unfortunate.
I mean, it's so early. I can't even sit here and say
I literally don't know.
I don't know her. Like, even in Casa, we didn't see much of her. So it's like half the people who don't even remember her name. The only reason we remember her name is because we got to put up graphics and talk about her. Like, if we were just casually watching the show, we wouldn't know her name because she just was not that impactful in Casa, which is why everybody is shocked and surprised that she's even here.
Gooped, gagged, and betriveled. I will say, though, her bone structure is gorgeous. She is a very gorgeous girl. Gorgeous girl. Gorgeous girl.
Look, all those women in Casa were gorgeous women.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They were gorgeous women. And I understand why they are there, and I understand. It's no shade to any of these women and their character or their beauty or any of that. They are gorgeous and they deserve to be there. The problem is you knew you were coming in as a Casa girl, and being that, you have to deal with the fallout of maybe not the fans thinking you're the best to go in there, because we have these OG established couples and girls who we all like, and you're taking their place. We don't want to watch you. I'm sorry. And it's like, that's the downside of going in as a Casa girl or Bombshell, is that maybe the audience isn't going to warm up to you. Maybe it's a possibility they will never like you. It's a possibility they will dog you out until the show is over, and possibly afterwards. But those are the risks you take when you go on shows like this. But in all fairness, these Casa girls didn't do anything wrong. They did what they were supposed to do. They came into the game to get into the villa by any means necessary. Do I like them all? Absolutely not. But am I mad at them for being there? Absolutely not. Because they did what they were supposed to do to get there. Do I think did I want to choke Daniela for making them smug looks? Absolutely. Do I hope she gets out first? Sure. But am I mad she's there? No, because the drama is going to be good because she's there. And I'm going to sit here and watch my TV and scream at it and yell at it and laugh at it and cry with it. And I'm going to be entertained throughout the whole journey.
Absolutely. So. Ooh, I am excited for the fallout that we are going to get here in the next couple of days, Lana. I think it's going to be Sunday's episode is going to be explosive. And I cannot wait to dive into it with you. And we will be back on Monday to do that. So it feels weird outroing. So if you want to, feel free. Okay, cool. Well, thank you. thank you for joining us for Love Island. I love my first outro of the Love Island season. But thank you so much for joining us for this episode of our Love Island recaps. Please let us know in the comments down below what you thought of this recoupling. Woo, baby! Subscribe, like, and share on the way out. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Love Island fans. We see you watching, and we appreciate you dearly. So, subscribe, like, and share on the way out. Yeah, subscribe. Please. That would be great. Thank you very much. Make sure to check out the description below for all of our audio podcasts, our YouTube channels, and our Patreon for exclusive content and early access. You can also check out all of our social media at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You can follow me and Lana down below as well, and you can get your merch, including but not limited to Cup Mug. With that said, we're going to get out of here, Islanders. Cheers! That may be the best one I've done so far.
I think so.
Thank you.